This is War of the Roses on 101.3 KDWB.
Wow, you talk about busted hardcore. I want you to listen to Morgan's story and what happened where she found out her boyfriend was cheating once, and then she totally busted him in a way that he could not deny it. So, Morgan, how are you?
I'm not great. Thanks.
No.
How are you?
Understandable.
Yeah.
You want to be on War of the Roses because of your boyfriend Max. And first of all, you don't even live in the Twin Cities. You found us on iHeartRadio, right?
Yeah, I am not actually where you guys are, so I'm I'm kind of embarrassed because I listen to you guys a lot, but I never actually thought I'd have to use you.
Well, you know what? We're here for you to use and abuse. That's what we're here for. Tell me your story. What happened? What's your backstory on War of the Roses? Why are you even suspicious of Max in the first place?
Okay. So first, I'll start off by saying been dating for a bit, but this isn't the first time we dated. We dated a little bit ago, and sort of around Halloween, I went over to his house to get my phone charger, and I kid you not, I walk in, and there is a random girl that I've never seen before sitting on his couch, wearing his pajamas, and she's eating a bowl of cereal, and she stops dead, like spoon in hand, milk dripping, staring at me. She freezes right when I walk in.
Okay.
Not scared, but not even scared, just she almost, it was comical.
So she's got the spoon up to her mouth. She freezes in his PJ pants on the couch, and you're coming over. You expect to walk in. You knew that he wasn't there, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that worked.
And you walk in, and so what happens with the girl? Who spoke first? When you saw her on the couch, who spoke first?
Well, she asked me what I was doing walking in there.
You're like, I'm at my boyfriend's house. What are you doing?
That's exactly what I said. And I asked her, I was like, why? Who did you think that bright pink charger belonged to? It's obviously not Max's.
Right.
But we obviously find out that he's dating both of us. And, yeah, but, I mean, after a few cries, because we definitely cried.
Yeah, no kidding.
She actually, calls him, tells him to come home because of the dog. And,
why? What do you mean about the dog? About the dog.
Well, she said that the dog ran out.
Oh, to get him to come home.
Okay.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Okay, I got you. All right, so that's your ploy. I see where you're going with this one, to bust him. So then he came home to find the dog.
Well, he came home and found us together.
And what was his reaction when he walked through that door?
Well, first he tried to play it off. He's like, "Oh, this is so crazy. You guys are meeting each other." But we already knew the situation. We knew he was cheating on both of us, and I have no idea how long he was with her. But we ended all of us. Everyone ended everything.
Right there in his living room, right there the same day.
Oh yeah, right then and there. I grabbed my chargers and I started grabbing my clothes and I left.
Were you there when did she take off her pajamas and just give them back, or were you there for that? Who left first, you or the other girl?
Good question, I guess, yeah.
You know what? I don't know. I left first, but I have to assume that she didn't keep those pajamas. I mean, they weren't they were comfy, but they weren't cute.
Okay, so you left, and as far as you know, she left, and you would think that would be the end of everything. But no.
No, because I find in these situations, even though they both know the person's the cheater, it's always someone, for some reason, stays. One of the two always stays with that person. Mm-hmm. Every single time.
You took him back. You took him. Yeah, you took him back, didn't you?
I did, but I did, and I know you guys are probably judging me, but this is why I honestly can't believe I'm doing the show. But I need to, because I feel like he's cheating on me again.
What happened?
This past Saturday, I kid you not, I could not get a hold of him for 6 hours. And it's one thing when it's during work, but it was a weekend and we had plans. We were going to go downtown, and he just never called, never texted, never showed up.
Okay, and what was his excuse?
He said he was in a car accident, but his car is fine. And he said, well, he got a hold of his car insurance company quick enough, so they fixed it the same day, which, by the way, I've never heard of. But he said he couldn't answer his phone because his charger was in his car, and they had it.
Oh, wow. This guy comes up with great stories.
I'm actually, impressed with that one.
I mean, I don't even know whether it's possible. I don't think it's possible to get into a fender bender and then 6 hours later have your insurance filed and the work done.
No. Everyone on earth can tell you the insurance thing takes like 10 years. You got to take your car in, and then you get like a questionable rental car for the time being.
Yeah.
Because it takes any car place a billion days
what if he
to
knows
fix
somebody?
it.
What if his friend works down at like the collision place and he goes gets his car fixed and he's done and he comes back and I mean, could it happen? I don't know.
I just feel like none of it could happen in like 6 hours. That doesn't
You're probably
really
right.
make sense.
So that's where we leave everything. That was just this past weekend?
Yeah, this
Okay.
was Saturday.
All right. So he's already been busted once. You took him back. I mean, understandable. People do that. They give second chances and third and fifth chances, too. But then he disappears for 6 hours, claims he got into a car accident, and got it all fixed in 6 hours. Okay. We can call him. His name is Max. And we can't prove or disprove anything, but we can see who he would send roses to if we said, we're from your cable company, take this survey, and we'll offer you a dozen red roses to send. It's Valentine's Day coming up. Maybe you got somebody in mind you want to send for your Valentine. And then we'll see who he sends roses to. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, come on. Let's be positive. Get that chin in the air. Let's go. Okay. Stay there. We'll be right back, okay?
Thank you.
A lot of comments on KDWB's War of the Roses. And just before we make the phone call, we want to talk to you and see, number one, is she crazy or is he a jerk or both? Who is he going to send the roses to? And we got people with opinions like Emma up in the Grove. Hey, Emma, what do you think's happening here?
Okay, honestly, I think, he's a jerk. Most guys are. Maybe he's, seeing the other girl as well still, I don't know if they, talked about, both of them agreed to, not see him anymore, Maybe they both think that they both stopped talking to him.
Yeah. So do you think he's going to send the roses to her or to somebody else?
I think somebody else.
Okay.
Someone said,
Thank you, Emma.
Girl sounds nuts. I don't think she sounds nuts. I think she sounds naive.
How so? What do you mean naive?
Well, she just is allowing him to make up lies, and
Yeah.
she's kind of believing him, or she would just have already left him.
Somebody texted from an insurance agency. They said, hey, we rarely even return the phone call the same day.
Oh, my God.
Let me say it. Business, though. If you guys are actually able to turn around same day,
Yeah.
you'd be billionaires.
Hey, Ellie, what do you think is happening on War of the Roses? Ellie.
Hi, who is this?
And no, it's actually Taylor.
Okay,
Hi,
there we
Taylor,
go.
over in St. Paul. You work in an auto shop, right, Taylor?
Yeah, I work. Well, ours is more the inside of the car, the.
Sure, but what would
Good
what would
idea.
happen? Could this possibly happen?
Well, the one the body shop that works closest to us, I can tell you right now, because obviously we're in Minnesota, they're booked out a month.
Yeah.
To even see people,
Okay.
unless it's an emergency.
Well, they don't live here. That's one thing that they
Yeah.
specified early on, yeah.
But as far as the insurance goes, it's at least, the fastest we've ever seen anything go through is 12 hours. It's usually 24 to 36.
And that
Yeah.
makes sense, yeah,
Mhm.
because they got to take pictures, they got to come by, etc.
I just want to read really quick my favorite text. Do these two only have one charger each?
Yes,
That's
yep.
the most alarming thing so far.
You're right.
That's right. She had to come to his apartment
Yeah,
to
to
get
get
her
a
charger.
charger.
His was in his car. All right. We found Ellie. Hi, Ellie.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. What do you think's happening here, Ellie, on War of the Roses?
Oh, he's such a cheater. I hate to say it, but just by her giving him a second chance, already on him cheating, he is just got the free pass to do whatever I want because now he knows that she'll always give him a second chance, and he is just living it up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just picture the girl in his PJ pants on the couch with a bowl of cereal in her hand with the spoon halfway to her mouth? Can you just picture the shock on her face?
100%. I feel so bad for her, but by giving him that second chance was the biggest mistake she made.
I want you to picture, whether you're a guy or a woman, I want you to picture walking into your partner's house when you were dating them or now. Let's say you're married. You walk in and there's a strange person on the couch wearing their PJs, eating cereal.
It'd be strange.
No.
Yeah. Okay, last one before we get to actually make the phone call here. Brian up in Blaine, what do you think's going on? Hi, Brian. What's going on War of the Roses?
Hey, I think he's totally back with that the same girl that Morgan's caught him on the couch with, too.
What makes you think so?
Stories for days.
Is it because he disappeared for 6 hours and claimed he was getting his car fixed?
Yeah, that's the craziest story I've ever heard, and I think it's too coincidental. So
somebody once told me this was a relative of Julie's that used to tell like the biggest lies because he would disappear and cheat on his wife. And his theory was the more outrageous the lie, the more people will say, well, he couldn't have made that up. We say I was working later, I got a flat tire. That's one thing. Then it's like too easy. But if it's an outrageous lie, it's like, nope, must be telling the truth. He could have made it up. All right, let's make the phone call on War of the Roses and see what happens.
Want to go ahead and set up those roses for you, Max. Thanks for participating today. Like I said, it's a dozen long stem romantic roses, and we'll send those out tomorrow morning. I'll need from you just a couple more things before I can let you go. First and last name for the recipient, please, before we're sending these.
Okay. Can you send them to Ashley? And this is a bit weird, but I actually don't know her address. Would you be able to send them where she works?
Sure. Where does she work?
She works over at Zoomies at...
Okay. Do you want to do a card also with the roses?
Yeah. Would you be able to write... Let's see. How about... I'm glad Jake isn't the only doggy that you like.
Oh, damn.
Really? You couldn't wait 10 seconds? I'm sorry. Well, could you repeat that? My boss is in the background. What did the card say?
Sorry, who was that?
This idiot who couldn't... God, turn your mic off from now on.
Wait a second.
Yeah, you heard
Max,
him right. You heard him right.
I'm sorry. I'm her supervisor. What does the card say again that you wanted to send? I just got a chuckle out of that.
I'm glad Jake isn't the only doggy that you like.
Shut
Is it that funny?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's funny to me, but it's probably not funny to Morgan, your girlfriend.
No, it is not, David.
Who is listening.
Oh, yeah, your girlfriend Morgan's on the phone.
Hi.
Wait.
Hi.
Hey, this
Dude,
is what you call...
get busted so frequently. How do you have a girlfriend?
I just
Wait, what's...
can't believe that you're
Wait,
doing
Morgan?
this to me again. And hi, I'm here. Hi.
Wait, what is this?
Are you kidding?
It is so confusing at this point. I mean, you think one thing is happening, then you have the rug pulled out from under you, and then you realize, oh my God, it's not flowers, it's my girlfriend listening, and I am so busted right now. Do you want to explain to Max what's going on, Morgan?
We literally just tried to set you up and you completely failed. You're sending roses to a different girl. You're cheating again. This is the radio. You're on the radio.
No, I'm not cheating on you. That actually is just a friend of mine.
And who's Ashley? Oh, then why are you sending her roses? You don't send roses to a friend.
And that
She's
card
had
is sketch.
She's had a rough couple of weeks. I just wanted to cheer her up.
Rough, pun intended.
Okay, well, haven't I had a rough couple of weeks dealing with you? Why don't you send me roses?
I'm planning something special for you. I'm not just going to give you free roses I win.
Okay,
I'm going to do something special.
He's doing something special.
Planning? That's so sweet. What are you planning? Tell me.
I want it to be a surprise.
He's like, quick
You
thing,
don't
Frank.
know, because you're not planning anything. You are banging some tattooed freak that works over at Zoomies.
She's not tattooed. She's really nice.
Oh, my God.
You're not helping anything until you're...
What's wrong with you? You're disgusting. You're actually disgusting.
How would you explain... Let me just ask you a question, Max, and I'm surprised you haven't hung up by now, because I know I would have.
No kidding.
How do you explain the note that says, I'm glad Jake isn't the only doggy that you like?
What other doggy is she into?
She likes dogs.
Yeah.
It's not that weird.
Oh, my God.
She likes other dogs than just mine. I know a lot of people who like just one dog, so I'm happy that my friend likes other dogs. It's not... I don't know why I'm being put on blast right now. This is... All right, Morgan, look, I feel like you're being really paranoid right now, and I don't appreciate this.
Well, obviously I'm being paranoid. You cheat all the time. I'm paranoid, and you're some little come to me.
Look. First of all, you're really emotional right now. And
Yeah.
I did you say we're on the radio?
Oh my God.
Like, look, I'm going to hang up. I'm
Do
going to
not
call you. We're
call
going to
me
do this
emotional.
in private, okay?
Okay, that is it. She's a little upset. It's War of the Roses on KDWB. What do you make of this guy?
I mean, it's pretty obvious. He's not even a smooth talker, though. He's just he has a woman that's A little bit.
This
reaction.
This is what I think. This guy, he'll deny, and I think if he denies it enough, there are certain people who are either charming or convincing that you kind of start to believe him. And it's like a con artist. It's like, well, wait a second.
Yeah.
When are you going to pay the rent? Oh, well, and they'll come up with a million reasons, and then you actually start to believe that they really have a case. You know what I mean?
No, I get that because it's like you get told enough lies enough times, you're like, well, maybe it's the truth. Because in that moment, you can't maybe prove it.
All right, that's War of the Roses. If you want to do a War of the Roses sometime, then you can go online, DaveRyanShow.com, keyword roses, or you can send us an email to RyanShow@kwb.com, and we do War of the Roses every Thursday.